back to Slop of the Day, and today it is actually a very juicy one. Kaceytron is saying she's going broke and could lose her house due to the lawsuit by Ethan. So with Kaceytron, we have actually not talked about her for a while. Anyone that doesn't know her, she is essentially the poster of what a bum stoner looks like. I've said it before, I do participate in the devil's lettuce myself, but she does give stoners a bad name. She gets obliterated every stream, and she watched Ethan's content nuke video and just continuously smoked throughout the whole video, adding no opinion, literally adding nothing, and maliciously was trying to take views and money, and that is why she's being sued. So she actually made a post a couple days ago saying, hearing people victimize themselves over criticisms, meanwhile their boss is using his millions of dollars to do frivolous lawsuits and put others in financial ruin. I could literally be forced to foreclose and lose my home if I can't keep up with legal fees. Now, a frivolous lawsuit is actually crazy because, one, it's not frivolous or else it would have already been thrown out. So I don't know why she's even saying that. Already just using words to make herself sound like a victim, not like a person that stole from somebody. This shit is just so funny, crazy how she still wants to play some victim and not taking any responsibility is crazy. Like, she probably could have more people on her side if she just owned up to it and was like, yeah, I messed up, but nope, it's everyone else's fault. Let's look at some of the comments. So we got right here, you have never taken accountability in your life. You are being sued for copyright infringement. Get a grip and deal with the consequences. AB has more human decency than you ever will. He cares for his family and works for someone you don't like. Suck it up. Now, if you don't know who AB is, I believe it is somebody that works for Ethan, and apparently the Hassan orbiters have tried to blackmail him and actually just harassed him and the girl named Olivia, I do believe. Anyway, so Kaceytron says, you actually don't know me, parasocial, mentally unwell incel. There's that incel, right? Next one we got is, this is rich coming from you. Every time you receive criticism, you cry incel, which is funny because she just did. You're one of the biggest victim cry bullies to ever disgrace the internet. Get a fucking job and be useful for once in your life. Hack. What are the valid criticisms of all my supposed wrongdoings again? Please go ahead and list them since I'm such an awful person. I'm sure there's a long history of terrible things I've done. Damn, so already she can't even admit that she uses incel a lot. She's already just being a victim. Back to being a victim from when she was literally just calling somebody an incel. Have you taken accountability for the fact that you committed malicious copyright infringement and are being rightfully sued for your actions? You streamed the nuke with intent to divert traffic away from Ethan while adding nothing of transformative value. Let's start there. Obviously, she didn't reply. What a surprise, right? It's crazy how she thought when she made this post that she'd get all this support, and the moment she gets criticized, it's that classic incel insult. Like, think of something new at this point, man, because she's a terminally online, super out of shape, Taco Bell eating, sharding herself, 34-year-old stoner who hasn't even saved up enough money from doing streaming forever, and she's gonna be homeless. Like, dude, last time I saw her sub count, it was like 4,000. I mean, that right there, right? Even if it's not $5, right? Even if it's $2, like, that's still what? $10,000? You're gonna be broke off of $10,000 a month plus sponsors? Like, what are you spending your money on? She's mad at herself for fucking all this up and is taking it out on everyone else. It's very classic childlike behavior. I mean, this happens a lot, especially with adults that just don't know how to literally behave. I just can't stand when people want to cry victim. And then Ethan replied to this, and it's actually kind of hilarious. Kaceytron, you raised $44,517. You offered me $17,500. This leaves you with $27,000. Under no circumstances have you paid your lawyers $27,000. What were you planning on doing with the remaining money? Trying to catch a payday? I rejected her offer, obviously. So what did she plan to do with that extra money? She really thought no one would notice? I'm actually concerned for her brain. So they went back and forth a little more. Ethan said settlement is off the table and she's just trying to use her past trauma to get people to feel for her, saying she's a survivor of being poor and violence and all this stuff that has nothing to do with why she's being sued. So yeah, already just not a good look. It seems no one cares at all, and honestly the funniest thing I've seen is this person saying this literally retweeted Anissa's own post saying, "You can be a victim of childhood abuse / trauma and still be an asshole as an adult. They aren't mutually exclusive. Infantilizing women and victimizing them to protect them from accountability isn't feminism." I mean, this is actually peak right here. Using her own friend previous post from not even days ago to literally tell her, "Shut the fuck up, you're yapping about something else to not get in trouble," is crazy. How she thinks because she grew up poor she can steal, that's like going to Walmart, stealing, and then being surprised when they arrest you. Just because they're a billion-dollar company doesn't mean they ask you to come in and steal. Grow up. She doesn't understand why she gets this hate, but it's so obvious. You got Hassan's dick in your mouth, so therefore you are a terror supporter, as well as you allow doxing, you allow people to call child services to Ethan, and she supports all of this and more just because she is in that group with them. But no, it's because we don't care enough about her tragic past. That's why she gets hate. She made some huge post about her life, but I ain't reading all that bullshit, and you shouldn't either. Here's what Ethan had said on his podcast about the whole thing.
Spend less than a fraction of what privileged crybaby star killer does on DoorDash orders. Sorry he has a job and does well. Like, he can do whatever he wants with his money. Sorry you're broke and refuse to work because you don't make enough money doing Twitch. Like, get a fucking job.
What is this?
AB and Alina have jobs. They can spend their money on DoorDash. By the way, you know that a lot of that GoFundMe she raised, she's already spent buying pot. That's
hopefully
what she
not
offered
27,000 of it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, 40 times in 2 hours. Man, you know, weed is not cheap. And this is the part that really fucking pissed me off. I hope that during this mental health break, she can take the time to reflect on how she is devoid of morals and maybe get some. May I say, with all peace and love, Kaceytron, that whatever goodwill I had for you, whatever charity I had for you was like, oh, we're fun. She's funny. She's silly and whatever. She's broke and she's just an idiot and she's just a stoner idiot. I now see you as the malicious. It's so unfair that I can't say the B word. I said, hey, Kaceytron, settlement's off the table. Good luck. Fuck you, you disgusting, evil piece of shit. You are fucked. You're cooked. How dare you speak against my friends like that? Especially Olivia, who's said she's on a mental health break, who quit the show, which is what you fucking scumbags wanted. And that's not enough? I thought quitting the show was what made them all saintly. Made them all like, oh, great. Yeah, she's one of the good guys now. No, of course, it was never going to be enough.
Yep.
It was always just going to be a continued attack, continued attack, continued attack. Guess what? You can talk all the shit you want, but I'm going to be talking shit in court. I come from poverty, drug abuse, and domestic violence. So I'm sorry. Did I do that shit? What are you telling me? Okay, that sucks. I've had firearms pointed at me defending my mother from abuse. Privileged people like Ethan AB. Well, why are you trying to weaponize this horrible trauma you've been through against me for something you did? You stole my content maliciously. Remember? You wouldn't be getting sued if you didn't steal my content maliciously. Privileged people like Ethan AB will never know the violence of poverty. You don't know anything about my life. Yeah. Privileged.
Same.
I mean, me and AB are both self-made as it gets.
Honestly, to me, he's speaking facts. No wrong sayings here. As a person who's worked many real jobs, there is no excuse for not getting a job if streaming isn't doing it. We all want to do it, but if it isn't working, as I always say and often tell people, you gotta do something while you're working for what you want. No one's gonna take care of you or help you, and the fact that she's trying to push her sob story like it's Ethan's fault is crazy, man. I really don't understand how you can be so devoid of any accountability and then to directly after trying to garnish sympathy, attack one of Ethan's coworkers. I guess she's taking a break because of the harassment from the Hassan orbiters, which is already crazy. I really feel bad for all the people who have to read all this shit in court and see all this. It is definitely not going to be a good time for anyone. I do wonder how much Ethan can take, because if 42,000 isn't enough and she's already saying she's going to be homeless, then she might never break that generational curse of being poor. At the end of the day, don't steal, especially from rich people, because you will fuck around and find out. But yeah, that's about all the slop I got for today. Bye.